Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Chef Jasper, and today we're going to prepare a special summer dish that I absolutely love. It's my Italian summer sauce, but with a twist. That's right, it's summer Bolognese. First of all, we're just going to get our pasta and we're going to add it to the boiling water. Now, I love rigatoni pasta, but really you can use any pasta that you like. Give this a stir and keep checking on it. It's going to take about 8 minutes for the pasta, or just go along with the package directions. So I want to show you right now an easy preparation for the Bolognese. Well, we're talking about Italian sausage. And that's the key to this dish right now. Just get your Italian sausage and make a little cut all the way across. Open it up and just peel that skin or that casing right off of it. And there you go. Don't worry about looking for bulk sausage. Of course, you could do this in just about a minute or so. And I love my Italian sausage with a little bit of fennel and red pepper. Notice in the recipe, there's not a lot of spices in this dish, not a lot of ingredients. It's fairly simple because it's summertime and we want to keep this dish as simple as possible. All right, now we have our saute pan, and of course, all I need to do at this point is just saute the Italian sausage, maybe just a drop of oil in the pan. Let's just check on our pasta very, very quickly. Give it a stir, take that lid off. And now let's go to our Italian sausage. Now I've already taken the casing off of this. Is add a little bit of olive oil to our pan, not much. And then we're gonna add our Italian sausage. And just crumble it up. You could also crumble it in the pan itself. We don't want to really overcook this because remember, once you crumble it, it's going to cook very, very quickly. Now, I have to tell you, in Italy, when you make a Bolognese sauce, a true Bolognese sauce has more meat than tomatoes in it. And that's what it's going to be like today when we cook this. So I don't want you to think you're making a mistake or anything because you don't have a lot of tomatoes in this. And look how quickly this starts to brown. Oh, look at that fat coming off the sausage. The flavor is just going to be fantastic. And you can already start to smell it in the kitchen right now. You know, in Bologna, Italy, where this sauce was really started, the true Bolognese sauce has a little mixture of carrots, onions, and celery. But it's summertime, and I really wanted to make this dish as simple as possible. I see little flakes of red pepper in here. Of course, it's going to be a little spicy. That's up to you if you get the mild or the hot Italian sausage. I try to crumble this as much as possible. We don't really want big chunks in here. And it also helps when you're cooking, it goes a little quicker. Now don't forget, your pasta is cooking right now. Give it another stir. A little tip on cooking the pasta, just a little bit of salt helps not only with the flavor, but it keeps the water boiling when you add the pasta to the dish. That's a little science for you. All right, we're almost finished with the browning of the Italian sausage. Make sure there's no pink left in the pan. And to be honest with you, scrape the bottom of that pan with a wooden spoon. That's where all your flavor's at. All right, we'll let this sausage continue to brown, and now it's time to core our heirloom tomatoes and get ready to add it to the frying pan. I absolutely love heirloom tomatoes. Look at this Cherokee purple. I think I'm kind of an expert on tomatoes because that's a big part of my life during the summertime, preparing heirloom tomato salad at my restaurant. Anyway, you get the tomato and just core this very quickly. That's the only thing I really want to do is take out that core. And with these heirlooms, a very, very little core. But look at this. We cut this. Oh my gosh, look at those seeds. These are the tomatoes that I think that our grandparents probably enjoyed the most. Some of these seeds are over 100 years old. Look at this one. Oh, some people call it the Kellogg. Also, the gold medal, We call it the Sicilian gold in Italy. We'll just give that a nice little cut before I add it to the food processor. And maybe we'll add this green. I really like these little green zebras, but they're a little small. We'll keep those for a salad. And just take this out. Some of these you don't even need to really take much of the core. Very, very little waste with this at all. And don't worry about the blemishes on your tomatoes or anything like that, because you know what? They're homegrown, they're heirloom, and nothing is better in the summertime. All right, let's just add our tomatoes now to the food processor. Don't worry about the water. These tomatoes are really low in water, very, very low in acidity. And we're just going to pulse this on the food processor. We want to kind of control it ourselves. All right, set that aside for a minute. Our fresh garlic now. All we're going to do is just cut off these ends. We don't want to waste, but that's a little dry on that end. Very, very quick. Just kind of smash it down. We don't want to take too much of the essential oils out of the garlic here. And we're going to start peeling it. Give it a nice little cut. Makes it a little easier to peel. And it's really up to you if you want to finely dice the garlic or if you want some nice little slices. If you know me and my cooking, I like to see the ingredient. I don't like to hide it. 5 or 6 cloves of garlic should be enough. Remember, our Italian sausage has a lot of flavor already and a lot of seasoning in there. But really no garlic in the sausage, so we're going to need this for our summer sauce. Peel our last piece of garlic here. And of course, we'll give it a nice little slice. Just make sure everything's peeled. We don't want too much waste. And let's just slice, maybe even mince a little bit of it. We don't want big chunks, but we do want to see the garlic. All right, let's put the sausage back on the fire. It's going to heat up very, very quickly. And at this point, we're going to add our garlic, but then, my little secret, a nice little tip also, we take it off the stove because we do not want to burn the garlic. If you burn the garlic, you're going to have a completely different taste in the dish. Here we go. Now you can see it started to heat up. And just add your garlic. This is a summer sauce. It's a Bolognese sauce. It's a combination with the heirloom tomatoes and the Italian sausage. Give it a nice stir. And take it off the heat. So we'll just put this back here and we'll add our tomatoes. Now you're going to think it's a little watery, but believe me, it's going to cook down. And just look at that color. It's not a bright red color, unlike your sauces that you usually see a tomato sauce. This has a little bit of green. And look how I pulsed those tomatoes so you can see some of the little pieces of the green and the yellow and the red tomato. We'll continue to cook this down. And we're going to add our olive oil. Now, you're going to think it has a lot of olive oil, but that's what this is. This is not a regular tomato sauce. At this point, we're going to add the olive oil and just let this cook down. Oh, the smell in this kitchen right now. All these flavors blending together. We'll mix this all up. Our pasta is almost ready. That didn't take long at all. We're going to add a few spices, and our sauce is almost ready. Our sauce is really starting to boil right now. All we're really doing is cooking the water out of this, but I got to give it a taste first. Oh, what a great combination. So, the reason I really wanted to taste it is I want to see how much red pepper, because the sausage is a little spicy, so we're not going to add that much red pepper. That's up to you. And remember, the sausage already has salt in it, so we're just going to add a little salt in there. It'll bring out some more of that tomato flavor in there. And that's what we're looking for. Finish that up. And of course now our pasta is complete. Let's take it off the stove. Bring it over here and we're going to strain the pasta. So we're just going to strain our pasta. My father always liked to use a little bit of the pasta water, so I'm going to leave a little of that in the pot. Give it a good shake. But like I said, we'll leave a little water in there, put it back in our pot, take it over to the stove, and now we're going to add our sauce. Put this on the stove. And my favorite part of the dish, I add the fresh basilico, Italian basil, of course. I use the Genovese basil, but I grew up with basil. Sometimes people say I may use a little too much basil. I completely disagree. Just tear that basil. And I keep saying right now, you should smell it in the kitchen right now, but this really tops everything. And a little more. Come on, it's not going to hurt. And that's it. We'll give this a nice little toss. And we will plate this dish now. Talk about delicious. And now it's time to plate our pasta bolognese. Summer pasta bolognese, that is. Just put the pasta on your platter. And oh my gosh, just look at this. Make sure you get all of that sauce in there. That's some of the best part. Of course, at this point, just give it a nice little hit with that. And then, of course, we're going to dust with a little bit of cheese. Oh, I absolutely love this. Maybe a little bit of fresh basilico, the Italian basil, right on top. And we have the perfect dish for the summertime. Now, I also sometimes may just drizzle a little more olive oil right on top, but this sure looks delicious just as is. This is one dish I would be honored to serve my family. Brought to you by Hen House Markets.